You asked for it, so I'm giving it to you. You want to know who our favorites are of the Eurovision Song Contest 2021? Here are our top 10. Let's talk Eurovision. Sup, you fools. Matt, ESC United, your favorite Eurovision channel, and as pointed out, we do that every year and we're going to do it again. I will share with you my personal top 10 as well as some of my team members, all Roy, James, and Arnaud, and we all give you who we think are the best songs of the year. Now keep in mind, this is our top 10, our personal taste, and we don't rank them, we just tell you the best 10 songs, so whoever we're gonna announce first is not necessarily our favorite, it's randomly chosen, because we want to give a lot of appreciation to the best songs, and sometimes our opinions can change as well. Hopefully you'll enjoy the video, and if you do, make sure to smash that like button, because it really helps with the algorithm and get the video going, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. All right, let's get going. Here are our top 10. All right, let's get this thing going. Roy, you are up first. What is the first country in your top 10?
The first top 10 country of mine is Croatia.
Tick-Tock, watch the days go.
Yeah, I just really like this song. It just makes me dance through my living room. It makes me have a really jolly good time, screaming the oh no's with my amazing voice alongside of it. And yeah, I've really been enjoying listening to it, and it's been going up and up and up ever since it came out.
All right, interesting. Arnaud, who's in your top 10, the first country?
First random country in my top 10 is Greece. Greece grew on me so much recently, actually. First I was like, it's a good song, but it was in the middle of my ranking, but then it came in my top 10, and I feel the sound is way more mature than Supergirl, and I just love it's very catchy, very dynamic beat, and love the 80s vibes in it as well, so kudos to Greece.
All right, Greece. Someone that loves Greece already. James, who's in your top 10?
My first one to mention, Ukraine. And I really like the dark energy of this one. I like the uniquely Ukrainian sound, what with the white voice and the flute, and I really like that part at the end where it starts to get real frenetic. The guitars come in, it's just kind of really dark, as if doom is coming and you're accelerating straight towards it. Great song.
All right. Well, I'm going to tell you the first country on my list, and that is Lithuania.
Let's disco, take right at my home.
And I think I said it before, it's the most perfectly timed song of the year, in my view. Everything I was looking for. The Roop, they just know how to do it. They were in my top 10 last year, then my top 10 this year, and it's just my kind of sound. Catchy, flashy, memorable. I'm so happy for Lithuania, and I do think that a top 5 would be possible at Eurovision, and it would be the best result ever, and rightfully so. So, let's move on. Roy, tell me another one. Who else is in your top 10 and why?
The second country I want to talk about in my top 10 is Finland.
Put your middle fingers up, take a shot, throw it up and don't stop.
Yes, I love putting my middle fingers up and just going all mental and crazy and rock it out to some good new metal or violent pop, the way they like to call it. Yeah, it's a really good tune, and I really love listening to it and rocking out to it and singing the lyrics along. And yeah, I really like the song. I think it's good.
All right. Arnaud, you up. Country number 2 on your list.
The second country in my top 10 is my own country, France. I just love the vibe. It's a very typical, elegant French ballad with the music, the melody, and the lyrics. The lyrics are beautiful. I see the Edith Piaf touch in the end. And I think it's just, very elegant, very simple and effective. And she delivers that super well live. And I hope she will do so in Rotterdam as well.
All right. Arnaud putting his own country in there. I understand why. James, what you got next?
All right, my next one is Malta.
Je me cache.
For me, Destiny Chukwudere, she is a once-in-a-generation talent. I find the song she brought this year perhaps it is not 100% suited to her, and she perhaps still needs time to find her own unique voice. But if she wins this year, I think the corollary will be Johnny Logan's What's Another Year. But when she comes back in 7 years with something uniquely suited to her, it'll be Hold Me Now, something that'll crush and destroy Eurovision. But for now, a unique talent with a decent song. I like her stuff.
All right. Who else is in my top 10? Well, I'll tell you. It's San Marino. And to everyone that keeps saying that San Marino's overrated, whatever. Because let's be honest here. If San Marino's song was sent by Sweden, it would be in the top 3 of the betting odds. I have no doubt in my mind. This is the first time, actually, I think ever, that I'm putting San Marino in my personal top 10 for a reason. I truly hope that this will be San Marino's best result at the contest. So 18th place for the win. I mean, actually, I technically want more, but still, that would be an improvement. But no, I love it, and go San Marino. All right, so 2 down, 8 to go. Roy, who else is in your top 10?
Another country that is in my top 10 this year is the Czech Republic. Yes, I already really loved Kemama last year, and also through time really wove its way up into my top. And the same kind of happened this year. I really love how simple yet catchy it is. It's very memorable, and Benny Cristo is a really good performer and very charismatic, and I can't wait to see what he brings on stage. And yeah, I really like it.
All right, Arnaud, the floor is yours. Who else is there?
The other country that is there is Serbia. I just love the Serbian language mixed to modern instrumentals, and these girls have a wonderful vocals, wonderful attitude, and very, very big amount of charisma on stage. Their voice blend well together. They really deliver the song, and although it's maybe a bit generic pop banger, I'm just in love with this kind of music, and I really, really enjoy it.
All right. James, who else snuck into your top 10?
All right, I can't help myself with this one. If you don't like Belgium, you're in the wrong place. I was actually a big fan of Hooverphonic back in the late 90s when they had their hits, Eden, Mad About You, and last year's one I was disappointed when they came out with their new singer, but then they brought back one of the older singers, and she knocks it out of the park with. It's a more modern sound than their 90s trip hop, but it's still got a lot of the same vibes that made us like them the first time round. So not really a retro act, but a retro act that persons of my generation could certainly enjoy.
All right. So who else is on my list here? Oh, yes. Norway. In my top 10, one of those melodies, it just never leaves me. It just doesn't leave you. There's something about the entire package that is Fallen Angel that is, I don't know how to put into words. It just absolutely works for me. Yes, it takes me back to my teenagerhood and my maybe early adulthood kind of era. It's just a healthy dose of nostalgia. Still works for me in 2021. And it's one of those songs, every time it comes on, I just hit replay. And it's just I want to listen to it again. And that is very powerful, especially when it comes to competition. So Norway, job well done. Welcome to my top 10. And who else? Roy, who else is in your top 10? Tell me.
The next country I want to talk about is Romania. Romania is another one of those earworms, but in a very positive way. It just kept stuck in my head. I was just going on by my day, just, I don't know, studying or just walking in the streets. And all of a sudden, Romania was stuck in my head, and I was just singing the chorus in my head. And it is such a good thing. And I think her voice is already so close to the auto-tune version that is in the studio cut, like the live vocals. So I am really curious to see what they bring for the staging, and I can't wait. I really like it.
Okay, I can see that. Arnaud, tell me, who else is on your list?
My next country on my list is Cyprus. I just love the instrumentals are so good. The voice is powerful. It has many layers, and one of the things I like the most is the dark bridges when you can just hear her breathing and you hear like the mama mamacita, just this part. I won't start doing concert because the dislikes are gonna come. Like no. But I really, really like this banger. I think it's one of the most powerful bangers this year, and she could make a huge impact in Rotterdam. I really, really like this song.
Okay. James, what else you got for me?
Right. Next up on my list is Denmark. I really love this fun comedic song. A lot of people have been criticizing Jesper Groth for his singing and dancing. However, the ineptitude is playing entirely comedic and deliberate. I love the 80s Schlager disco throwback. Doesn't even bother touching modernity. But either way, I have a great time listening to it, and I really laugh my ass off it at all the goofy things they get up to.
That's very interesting. Well, I'm so glad the next country on my list that they made my personal top 10, and it's the United Kingdom.
Out of the embers, you and I are gonna
It's just my kind of jam. I don't know else how to explain it. It's one of the most danceable songs, to me at least, this year. And I don't understand why this isn't higher in the betting odds, in the fan polls. I thought this is going to go big. There must be disconnect. I just love it. I guess I just get to keep the song to myself. But James's voice it is so soothing to my ears. I just really, really like it. I really have my fingers crossed for the UK this year. Left side of the scoreboard, here we come. Right? I'm being optimistic here. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. All right, let's move on here. Roy, who else is in your top 10?
The next country I want to talk about is Latvia. Yeah, I really like trap music, and I've always really liked it since I was like a teenager. And I really love myself a good drop, and that second bass drop in this song is so phenomenally well done. It just makes me get all dancey, and it makes me go really nice inside. Her vocals are very well suited to the song as well. And I think in general, she just really kind of polished what she had last year and Wait. Yes, she just nailed it. Whatever.
I think we know what you mean.
Yeah.
All right. Arnaud, who else is on your list?
The next country in my list is Ireland. And I am just thrilled that I'm not the only one to like this song at all. Like, the fan reception has been very well, as good as mine, actually. I really think this is such a glow up from last year. The song is beautiful. It's empowering in some way, and the voice it showcases her voice well. And I really hope she will do well as much as she did on our panel jury. Also, she had a great average score, so I hope this will be the same in Rotterdam for Eurovision.
All right, James, I cannot find out. Who's next on your list?
My next one is someone who's predicted to not do too well. Vasil from North Macedonia.
They all tried to break us, not knowing
I put him on this list solely because of his vocal prowess. Every year, I think we should have at least one or two of these pop opera guys who have gone through 15 years in the opera wilderness and then just come for a stab here to do pop opera. Great voice, even though his song is more an archetypal "Here I Stand" rather than a personal one. I still enjoy the song and particularly his grand performance.
I can see what you're talking about. Who else is on my list? And I'm not ashamed to put on there. I'm standing behind it. It is Germany.
I don't feel hate, I just feel sorry.
And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I think we can say this is the most polarizing entry of the year. I think there's no doubt about it. Now, those who loathe it, they will disagree with me. I get that, but I know I'm not completely alone in my love for this song. Germany is going a bit less conventional, and I'm not counting out a good amount of televote support. I think it has a much bigger impact than a lot of people think, especially outside the die-hard Eurovision bubble. It may or may not work. It's absolutely true, but it's funny, and funny is hard to do for me in Eurovision. I laughed so hard. I enjoyed it. I laughed my ass off. That counts for something, and I can see people having a similar reaction if the staging is done right. But yeah, it just makes me happy. A good song that I need in the year 2021. So Germany, yay. That means we're technically halfway through our list. We got 5 more. Well, each person does. So let's continue. Roy, who else is in your top 10?
The next one I want to talk about is Russia. Yes, everybody, no, wait. Every Russian woman needs to know that this song is really well written and really well done. It's very raw in the way the instrumentals are layered. You have the 4 different beats and they're all alternated slightly towards each other. And I really love listening to the studioka. Her voice goes so well along with it, and she's got so much charisma. She oozes it out onto the crowd and into the universe, really. The live performance, the things I love the most about the song, the little intricacies were a little less noticeable, which is a bit unfortunate, but I think she'll definitely bring it on the stage in Rotterdam. So I can't wait to see it. And yeah, thumbs up.
It's interesting how diverse our tastes are in this group, which is good, right? Makes for an exciting Eurovision. Arnaud, who else is in your top 10?
The next country in my top 10 is Switzerland. I just think it's a wonderful ballad, and the fact that he added dynamic beats at the start of the second chorus just blew me away, because I was afraid that he would do something similar to Répondez-moi, which I already loved, but I would have been disappointed if he sent a very similar song. But he didn't, and he really surprised me. I'm just hypnotized and captivated by the atmosphere that the song Tout l'univers has. And I can say the title in French with a good accent, so I'm cheating a little bit, but yeah. But I really, really, really love Tout l'univers.
All right. Switzerland in Arnaud's top 10. Let's move on. James, who else you got there?
Next up on my list is Georgia. I'm a big fan of You. I like that it sticks with the tradition, the 3-part build, with the grand explosion of emotion at the end. I like, even though people complain about the simplistic lyrics, I think it's actually a subtly well done creation of what he thinks an all-encompassing version of love is. I'm not sure from the song if he ever achieves it, but I do appreciate the world he's built and that he wants someone out there to join him in it.
Very, very interesting. Well, let me tell you who else is in my top 10, and that is Bulgaria.
Growing up is getting
And it's like Bulgaria can do no wrong anymore these days when it comes to my taste, at least. Victoria was in my top 10 last year for sure, and she did it again. So that's something. It's a mood. It's a feel. And it's funny because I'm gravitating towards upbeat, happy songs this year in particular, but it's just a wonderful moment to slow down and really just take in this pearl. I just really like it. It's haunting, just so haunting. And remember when Bulgaria couldn't figure out Eurovision? Those days are long gone. My non-existing hat is off to you, Victoria. So yay, job well done. Okay, let's move on. Roy, tell us what you got.
The next country I want to talk about is Ukraine. I really love Ukraine this year. They really fuse some indigenous sounds with a very good white voice vocal, and the flute sound together builds and builds and builds in pace, and the BPM gets higher, and then you end up in an all-out rave, and I'll be raving through my apartment and with everybody around me that I can't see currently because but yeah, I would love to do that with all of my friends, and it's such a really good song to listen to, and I really like it a lot.
Okay, so Roy agrees with James. Both of them put Ukraine in the top 10. Arnaud, tell me who's next.
Also in my top 10 is Israel.
Set me free, feel my beating heart in
And like Latvia makes Roy dance really hard. Well, Israel does the same to me. I just like want every time I listen to it, and I kill the replay button with this one. Every time I'm listening to it, I'm just like giving little shoulders, dancing a little bit like chill, like very groovy. And the revamp actually changed everything to me, because the first version was okay, but like the key change at the end, I was like, and then the revamp came in, and I was like, okay, that's how you end the song, and that's how you even like polish the song even more. And I think it's well better constructed than the previous version, and I just really, really love this groovy vibe going on all the way through the song.
All right, thanks for sharing, Arnaud. And it's very interesting how we all have our own favorite go-to dance song this year, which once again makes for a very exciting Eurovision. James, tell me who's on your list next.
All right, this is one you mentioned earlier, and that is Lithuania. And as you mentioned, this song perfectly captures the zeitgeist by not directly referencing that big C thing, but indirectly so. And yeah, it is okay to dance alone. I'm not going to replicate the weird hand moves. We know Arnaud can do that. But yeah, I really enjoy this song. It is a great, uplifting song, and as with Matt, I hope it is firmly stuck in the top 5 come Rotterdam.
Okay, well, good taste. Next up on my list, the next Finland. Okay, I spoiled that one. The next Finland is country. Now, it's the other way. The next country is Finland. And I think Roy mentioned that one as well, so I agree with his taste there. Probably for the first time, potentially since Lordi, the best result, and the first time in my top 10 for them. It's been a long time, so it's good to have you back. It's angry, it's aggressive. It just really gives us a different emotion it just really works for me. And again, as James said, as a side guys, it just really we all kind of like aggressive anyway, so I get it. I think Finland is also in for a treat. I still think that it'll be best result since Lordi, and it's a good song, and I'm so glad we have it. It deserves a spot in my top 10. So yeah, no brainer. So that's we have here so far, but we got a few more songs to go. Roy, who else is in your top 10? It's getting exciting.
Yes. The next song in my top 10 I want to talk about is Georgia. I really like Georgia this year. It is like sitting on your balcony, drinking a lovely whiskey, stargazing, just looking up into the sky, just transporting yourself to a different world, and just soak up everything that happens in the song. It is so simple yet also so intricate at the same time, and I really love listening to it. And I rarely am able to put a song on repeat for a very long time, and this is one of the songs that I can put on repeat for a very long time. So yeah, that is a massive good sign for me.
Very interesting. The song has not been doing well in the fan charts, but here both James and Roy putting Georgia in their top 10. I think that maybe it's more telling than we all thought. Arnaud, who's on your list next?
Actually, the last 3 countries that are in my top 10 are also countries that are in your top 10s. One way to find out, keep watching this video. So the next country in my top 10 is Croatia. I just, like Roy, I just love the catchy vibe, the dancey vibe, and just, every time I also kill the replay button with this one, and it was, I think it was my favorite to win Dora this year, and Croatia just chose the best song to me, because it's so much smarter than what Croatia sent in the last 2 years especially, and it has a very catchy vibe. My only concern is that, it's not really a concern, but the Croatian part is too short to me, but it's so lovely. I wish there was a bit more Croatian, but still the song is very amazing. And yeah, also the vocals, I'm also oh no, I'm also banging them and screaming them, and hopefully my neighbors don't hear me, so
I'm sure she will. James, Tell me.
All right. This one might surprise Arnaud. Yes, someone from the barbarian horde across the channel likes France.
Oh,
I really do love this song. I am secretly a big fan of those 50s and 60s jazz standards the French used to do so well. Arnaud himself mentioned Edith Piaf. And I really do like the sort of rawness on it and sort of the increased freneticism as the song goes on. It's like she starts out, here I am, as I am. And, she doesn't unravel necessarily, but she sort of amps up that frenetic energy. But yeah, very good song either way.
All right, very interesting. So, on my list here, also in my top 10 is Malta. And yes, James, I think, mentioned Malta as well, but I'm telling you, Malta has everything it takes to win it all. And it's just, I can feel it in my bones. And sometimes it's a gut feeling, but it just will work for the juries. I know that it has, though, for the first time in years, Malta has a lot of televote appeal on top of it. I love the verses. The chorus is good, and the instrumental piece is fun, and the song builds, and it has the memorable melody. I could go on for a long time. I don't have that much time, but this is just, not just for me, but this is one of the songs that I really love. And on top of it, I can see it win as well. Not saying it's going to win. I'm just saying it has the ingredients to make it all the way. Best shot for Malta at getting a really high ranking since 2005 with Malta Chiara's Angel. That's what I'm thinking. All right. Now a few more left. Not much, but Roy, who else is in your top 10?
From one person thinking a song could be the winner to the next, I think Switzerland could have it. Yes, I really like Switzerland this year, and the song really builds, and it starts very quiet, very calm, and it builds slowly, and then you get the pace of urgency halfway through it, and you go towards a big moment, and I can already picture staging in front of me, like with Ukraine in 1944 with the big tree popping open. I can see that, I can see a staging developing in front of my eyes, and that's always a good sign. And I really like the song. So yeah, it's in my top 10.
Okay, Arnaud would agree. He has it in his top 10 as well. Speaking of Arnaud, who else is in on there?
In my top 10, the song, I just have to say, it gives me so much adrenaline because it is San Marino. And I think Matt and I are maybe one of the biggest fans of this song in the team. There are more people I know, but we are maybe the biggest fans of it. I just love everything about it, how it's built, how she sings in it, how the attitude also in her vocals, how she delivers it, and the fact that I'm here Florida in the song as well is it's just epic. He may not be the best rapper, but it's just epic. And now San Marino is having she's owning it. Senhit is owning it with her song, and she knows it well. She knows the fans love it, and we do love it. So I hope they will bring such fire on stage and in Rotterdam. I hope she will deliver because the song is just a beautiful banger.
All right. Big praise coming from Arnaud. And James, tell me, who else is on your list?
All right. This time, second year in a row, I have to go for my lad from North Yorkshire, James Newman from the United Kingdom. It's as Matt said, it is a fresh, fun, and contemporary track. It is real great. Perhaps a song better suited to Forza Horizon 4. So Microsoft put that in there right away, despite how well it does at Eurovision. But yeah, this is everything British public claims to ask for in a Eurovision entry. Modern, fun, contemporary, should be on the charts. So why more British people don't get behind it, I don't know. But I do. So go James Newman.
Yeah, you have it. And James, I think I am about to return the favor, and I thought I was the only one that's going to have that one in a top 10, but clearly not, because in my top 10 is Denmark. And yeah, I know. And it's not a song that I expected to be in my top 10. right? I absolutely prefer the live version, by the way. The studio version is fine as well, but it was really the live part, and I think James encapsulated that really well. It's that quirkiness that kind of bringing it sounded just more full to me. I just have an appreciation for like Eurovision 80s era, and it's exactly what this is. It encapsulates it so well. It's interesting piece, yeah, and I get it. It's niche. Very, very niche. Not everyone will get it, but I'm absolutely getting it. And I'm not even going into whether or not this will qualify. We'll leave that for another time. But I don't know what else to say. I just really like it. And I had to have it in my top 10. I think I had to. So, yeah, that's 9 so far. So we all going to share our last country on the list in our top 10. Roy, who is it?
This country has been mentioned before as well, and it is Lithuania. Yes, I really love to see Lithuania do well. It's such like an underrated kind of country, or like an underdog, and they really brought it again this year. I really feared that they couldn't live up to what On Fire was, but they really did well with this one. It is a bit more polished, it is a bit more slick, the choreography is a bit more wild and out there, and I think the group are just fully cashing in on their quirkiness and their fun on the stage, and I can't wait to see how well it will do in Eurovision. I can really sense some good things for Lithuania this year.
All right. And Arnaud, who is the last one on your list?
Last but not least, check Matt's reaction. It is Malta.
No, I'm kidding. Yay!
How could you be sad about it? This song is just perfection to me. Not perfect in its way, maybe, but to me it is perfect because it has so many layers, and the drop isn't that predictable. She has amazing vocals in it. I think she can showcase her vocals really well. She's really hitting hard with Je me casse. And it's just amazing, and live it could be even better. The real, like the ESC version live, I think on stage she will just bring so much fire, sass, and talent in Rotterdam. So yeah, Destiny, you got a top 10. You are in my top 10.
Wow, another one for Malta. Going well so far. James, tell me, wrap it up. What's yours?
All right, this is another one that's featured in a couple of hours already, Finland. So one of my favorite parts is, you know the saying, if you wait 20 years, what you liked in your teens will come back into fashion. That's this one here. Just sounds like a Linkin Park cut circa 2002. Great rock anthem. You know, some people call it cliche, but you know, there is a reason they're cliche. They work. This like sort of underdog. We like being mean and on the dark side thing. They do it rather well. You know, the two. I don't know if they're brothers or not, but they look like them. The two goofy brothers interplaying off each other, and it's just a great rocking track. I really enjoy it.
All right. Thank you, James. And I will tell you my final top 10 song in the next video. No, I'm kidding. Let's go right through this here. And it's your turn now, Arnaud, to make a face. It's France. Yeah, seriously though. France, I mean, come on. It's a classic French ballad. It is perfectly executed. Barbara Pravi, first of all, I don't know if anyone else could perform the song the way she did. She puts her heart and soul into the song that she created. I feel it. It takes my breath away. When I watched the national final, I was like, it's just one of those moments I will never forget. Is it a classic song like you maybe say not in the year 2021? Yeah, sure, but it's so well executed and it's kind of timeless. It still works today, and timelessly awesome. I don't know what else to say. I love France this year. So yeah, top 10, easy peasy. Now, I would love to hear from you as well. And I know you'll probably disagree with every single person on here, and that's how it goes, but that's the beauty about Eurovision. We all have different tastes and interests, and I would love to hear from you. Leave your comments below. Who were your top 10, and any surprises, any upsets? I'm sure there are. There always are. Thank you for watching the video. I'll be back soon, so good day.